The heart of the Carolinas. Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
Nashville, a city the Carolina Hurricanes know very well as they open up their road portion of the schedule tonight against a team they bested in the playoffs. James Jordan Stahl using everything, scores! As Svechnikov cross side, he scores! I'm still moving forward, just like a hurricane. The captain ends it in overtime, and this building's going crazy. He scores! The series is over! It is opening week of the NHL season, and it's presented by Indeed. Tonight, the Carolina Hurricanes are in Bridgestone Arena to take on the Nashville Predators. Hello, everyone. Alongside Trip Tracy, I'm Mike Maniscalco, and this feels like a home away from home for the Canes as many times as they played the Predators last season, actually this calendar year, Trip. But it's a road opener for Carolina. But what can they take out of their home opener, that big 6-3 win over the Islanders, that they can bring in here tonight?
Hopefully everything. I mean, there was so much to like. What did I like the most? The balance, the work ethic, the special teams contribution, the adjustment of the new players that was seamless. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. You're not going to make a better one than that. And a proverbial 4-point game, I know just game one, but against a divisional opponent.
Well, what about the first impression of Andrei Svechnikov after that new contract? Did he dazzle in the home opener?
I didn't like some of his game. I didn't like a lot of his game. I liked everything about his game. He played like a power forward. The goal that he scored to tie the game at 1 based on where things were at, that could have been the biggest tally, getting to the front of the net first with that nifty redirection. On the power play after he tried unsuccessfully the lacrosse move, tried it the first time a couple of years ago against New York. Big part of the power play and the empty netter.
Tripp caught up with Andrei Svechnikov earlier tonight.
Andre, my Brotonski, what an effort in the season opener. What did you like most about your team first performance?
Yeah, I think we just played hard that game. You know, everyone was battling hard, and you know what an effort it was from the new guys, especially. So it's great to see that.
You were super this season. What part of your game do you want to improve the most?
Yeah, I want to improve my game on the offensive zone on the bottom. You know, I think once I get the puck, I gotta hang out a little bit more and use my size and drive on the net. You know, that's what I want to improve for sure.
Tony DeAngelo, when you helped to set up a power play goal, what do you like that he can bring to the power play?
Yeah, I think he's just an awesome player. You know, he can skate. We saw that last night, and you know, there's some moments, you know, he can see and he passes right away the puck. So I like that, and he just overall awesome player, and it's fun to play with him.
Spasiba, thank you. Good luck, my brother, baby.
Spasiba, my brother. There we go.
What has Andrei Svechnikov meant to the Canes since being drafted in 2018? 61 goals, 82 assists, and that 8-year contract extension this summer that he is going to earn probably tenfold, Trip. That being said, we're in Nashville for the first time in 15 seasons. Pekka Rinne will not be playing in goal at any point in time this year for this Predators team.
I mean, you could not draw up, hope for, aspire to have a better face for your organization. It's rarefied air that a player spends his entire career, and an illustrious one at that, with the same team. Pure class off the ice, an annual Vezina candidate on the ice. He may be a candidate for the Hall of Fame. Jussi Saros, a Finn like Pekka Rinne, when the team was, everybody had him down and out, he put the hockey club on his back to qualify for the playoffs and then played Carolina. He then was rewarded with a 4-year contract in the offseason. He may be small, but he makes up for that in spades because he is mechanically as good as any goaltender is in the National Hockey League.
Oh, the Hurricanes are getting ready as they hit the ice here in Nashville. They hit the high notes in the playoffs. What do they do for an encore here in the regular season?
looking inside Bridgestone Arena, where tonight the Carolina Hurricanes and Nashville Predators will meet for the Canes road opener. Frederik Andersen gets the start for Rod Brind'Amour tonight. He made 25 saves in the Canes' opening night victory over the Islanders, and he'll be in the crease again, and he will be going up against one of the goaltenders who is getting ready to take the throne here in Nashville from Pekka Rinne, UC Saros. UC Saros had a 4-3 loss on his ledger in the Seattle Kraken's first ever victory in the National Hockey League. And as far as the Carolina Hurricanes are concerned, they want to build off of that momentum from a huge Thursday night win in the home opener against the New York Islanders, putting 6 goals on the board, 10 different players on the score sheet, and that included 8 new faces in the lineup. We'll see if it carries over here. They were division foes last year, and now they're just opponents, but it's a big game, and here we go as the Carolina Hurricanes and Predators get it going in Music City. As the puck is kept in by Jacob Slavin. He'll bat it along the boards. It'll be picked up by Nashville. Now good pressure by Carolina, forcing a turnover. Svechnikov has it. Ethan Bear will pinch from his defensive position. Canes looking to keep it in. Nashville will clear it out. Already 30 seconds gone by here in the first period, and off the boards a big chance as Andersen makes the save. As Alexander Carrier jumps into the play and hammers one right on.
Challenging early save from Freddie Andersen.
It seemed like a set play off the boards for Nashville with Carrier coming up the wing with speed. Now it's Claude Kaniemi trying to keep the puck in the Nashville zone. Can't. He'll come free, and the Canes will work it across for Brady Shea. Big hit delivered right at the red line by the Nashville Predators, but it doesn't stop the Canes from pushing the puck in forward into the Pred zone. Now it'll be sent out by Luke Cunnin. Carolina retrieves. And now Natchez. Tone to Kotkaniemi, who will direct one in, and Saros sees that the whole way, and he'll just hang on.
A good read from Freddie Andersen, deciding when to challenge the shooter, because you can do so when passing's not an option. And he really got into the shooting funnel. Slavin had taken away a passing lane. And a nice save from Freddie Andersen. I think it'll be good for him if he sees a little bit more rubber than he did Thursday against the New York Islanders, but that's a very fine first stop.
You always say, Trip, you want to get a good save in early into a contest like this, feel the puck, and I don't know if you want that good of a quality chance to give up, but Andersen's certainly sharp on that.
I just like the way that he reads the game. Freddie Andersen, he recognized there that passing was not an option, and
he delivered with a big save in the early going. It's just a minute 20 gone by here in the first period. Along with Trip Tracy and Abby LeBar, I'm Mike Maniscalco and our Great Valley Sports crew. Thanks for joining us here in Nashville. Thunderous hit, but nothing to come of it as Stahl and the Hurricanes jumping in the Nashville lane. Shot ripped right on, redirected. Stahl getting the rebound, and Saros pokes it away. Jesper Foss looking for his second goal of the season. Now Slavin with a keep in. Good stick by Foss. Canes keep it in with that good pressure. Now Cole will wrist one. Saros will get to the save and push it forward. Cole can't keep it in. Now the Canes will have to tag up.
Tony DeAngelo below the Carolina goal line took a hit, and he has gone to the Carolina dressing room.
Something to keep an eye on is early in this one. DeAngelo 2 assists in the season opener for the Hurricanes against the Islanders. Now it's Nashville forcing a turnover at the Canes blue line, but Jordan Martinook with a good stick knocks it away, and a penalty. Wait for the call coming up as we'll see what's happening here.
DeAngelo's back.
Tony DeAngelo back on the bench. Good sign there for the Canes. Now Martinook, though, gets his stick up high on Nick Cousins, and there is a penalty coming up. It'll be against the Carolina Hurricanes, and we'll see if it's 2 or 4.
Didn't look like there was an injury on the play. We'll take a look at it, and he's trying to come underneath the stick, and the stick comes up. That's clear as day, and this was the hit that DeAngelo, so DeAngelo got sandwiched between 2 Nashville players. Tony's a very tough customer. He went down the runway to the dressing room and quickly returned. So that's a good sign. Nashville struggled in the first period against Seattle, really getting into penalty trouble. Their power play was an Achilles heel all last year, Mike.
The Predators get the first power play of this game. Yossi hammers one from the blue line, but Anderson makes the save, and Carolina will send it the length of the ice. So far on the season, the Carolina Hurricanes penalty killers were 3 for 3. Nashville's power play operating at 50%, 1 for 2 in their opener against the Kraken. Now Johansson will send it to Yossi. Forsberg into the Canes' end. Yossi with a push, but the Canes will get to it in plenty of time to clear. Great communication you could hear from the Canes players on the ice to let Derek Stepan know he had all the time in the world to send that to link.
Mike, you mentioned the kills against the Islanders. I don't think the Hurricanes shorthanded Thursday even gave up a chance. They did give up a chance there as Yossi got to the middle, and a nice save on a redirection from Anderson.
Now Johansson will lose the puck, and Aho will take more time off of the penalty to Jordan Martinook. 1:10 left in the Canes penalty kill here. 16:35 to go in the first period. As Ekholm laps it into the Canes zone, Natchez will send it around, and Carolina adroitly sends it out of the zone again. The penalty killers trying to stand up Nashville at the blue line. Preds are able to get it in, hammering it behind the goal of Anderson. Now, good forecheck by the Predators power play to try to get things moving. In the corner. It's a bunch of jerseys, but the puck will find itself all the way back into the Nashville end.
Bunch of jerseys and a bunch of jerks are able to clear the puck, and a good clear because Shea and Pesce have been on the ice for quite a while.
Now just 20 seconds left in the power play for the Nashville Predators, and the Canes again come up with a great play in their own end as Jordan Staal sends it the length with a little help from Jacob Slavin. And last push here for Nashville. 5 seconds left on the power play. Slavin uses that stick to interrupt the puck finding its way into the Kane zone, and Carolina back to full strength as Martinook's out of the box. Yossi, though, finds a loose puck, turns, puts one on Anderson. Presence out in front as Luke Cunnin was left all alone as the Canes thought they had a change. Dangerous opportunity there.
Hockey sense for Yossi, knowing just to get that puck to the net.
Now the Canes' Vincent Trocheck works the puck to Teuvo Teravainen. Now it'll be Shea. Shea wrists one. Saros will kick it to the corner where Svechnikov will retrieve it but loses his stick. Now Teravainen has a push for Sissons. But it's Nashville that'll push the puck out. 14:50 to go here in the first. A big hit delivered there by Sissons, forcing Svechnikov off the puck. Now Yakov Trenin pinned against the boards, but he'll come up with the puck. It's physical here early in this one. 5 minutes, 25 seconds gone. Nashville with a chance. A shot right on that deflects, and Anderson had to be ready as it kicks off the left pad.
Anderson very sharp early. The fourth line, the herd line for Nashville, is a huge part of who they are. I like Trenin in particular. I thought he had a very good playoff series.
Now the Canes with an opportunity out in front. Kokaniemi has it. He snaps one. That hits the post. Saros got over as Jesperi Kotkaniemi looking for his first as a Carolina Hurricane. Now the puck will come free and it'll slide to Saros, and he will cover it up. And a chance for us to get a look at the pairings on the back end for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight, Tripp.
Well, the player to watch in Hurricanes Live was Ian Cole. Let's talk about another newcomer in Ethan Bear. And I thought he was very good on Thursday night. What really grabbed my attention is his ability to pass the puck in transition. He doesn't spend any unnecessary time in his own end. He made a particularly good transition pass to Derek Stepan that led to a chance. Very, very noticeable from that standpoint.
Now Jordan Staal digs into the face-off circle to the left of Saros. And Staal will be waved out, and Niederreiter goes in.
Ethan Bear's favorite players were two former Nashville Predators growing up, Jordan Tutu and Shea Weber.
Oh, Shea Weber, if you're going to play defense, it's a pretty good guy to pattern your game after, as Frederik Andersen tried to help out his defense playing the puck, but a little bit too far, icing against the Canes, so the puck will come back into the Hurricane zone.
Yeah, for Bear, those two players and Carey Price, those were his three favorites, and we certainly wish Carey Price all of the very best, and we will look forward to his return.
Absolutely. Will be in Montreal coming up on Thursday. That'll be the Canes' next game as well. And Carolina visits La Belle Provence. Now play resumes here in Nashville. The puck is Jesper Fast. He's got a lane. Snaps. He scores! Jesper Fast. He's 2 for 2. A goal in the opener. A goal tonight. And the Canes take a 1-0 lead.
Mike, we just talked about Ethan Bear. Ethan Bear getting on his horse and making this a 2-on-1 was all the difference. Look at all that puck support. Slashing across Fast, but who's going to the far post that makes you respect a potential pass and allows the shot to happen? Ethan Bear. And then just a gorgeous shot. Swede on Finn. As Fast is able to beat Saros high to the glove. Ethan Bear is a huge part of making that happen. And just a spectacular shot. Boy, we've seen a couple beauties. Teravainen's laser the other night, and there from Jesper Fast.
Well, Jesper Fast had 6 goals last year. He's a third of his way to that total with his second here of the season, putting Carolina up 1-0. That is a absolute, as they call him, quickie. That was a fast shot. Now Nashville from the blue line. Carrier's shot doesn't get through. Carolina pushes the puck forward. Carrier on it. Avoids a check there by Natchez. And the Preds will clear their zone. 13:05 left in this one as Nashville brings the puck in offside. Stopping play with 13:05 left here in the first period. Well, they call him Quickie. He's off to a fast start. Jesper Fast has Carolina up 1-0 in Nashville.
First period between the Canes and the Preds. Andrei Svechnikov tried the lacrosse goal on opening night. He did not succeed, but we've seen a lot of attempts, not just in the NHL, but from young players as well. Our Geico quote of the game comes from Rod Brindamore on his son, Brooks Brindamore. He says he tries it every day. He's not one of those kids that has it down 100%, but it's fun to watch all these 9-year-olds. They swoop in, carry it any chance they can get, and it's really cute, guys.
Abby, fantastic stuff, and a lot of kids are trying that Svechnikov lacrosse move. A successful one for our friend Corey Lavolette's son today. I saw he even did the Svech fist pump. Now a turnover, the Canes end shot right on. It's Cousins, puts it on, and Anderson with the answer is the loose puck in the slot.
Anderson has been stellar early. This clearing attempt hit a Nashville skate and immediately carried him to the slot. And Anderson exploded into the shooting funnel and makes a super save. He's challenged very nicely. I mean, he had to just one quick push to get out on top of the paint. Freddie has recently gone to a goalie skate that is all one boot and blade together. There aren't two separate elements to it. And they think, it's the manufacturer's called True. They think it allows you to be more explosive. He was explosive there.
Absolutely. The 6'4" Danish netminder with a big save there to keep the Canes in the lead. Now Carolina looking for more. Svechnikov, he snaps one right on. Rebound chance. Comes away. Teravainen swats at it. Can't keep it in, and the Predators will clear. Skate race to the Canes blue line. Forsberg was looking to break in. Now a pop shot goes over the top of Anderson's net. Svechnikov. He collides with Philip Myers, and now the puck is hit with a high stick by Duchesne, and it'll roll to Anderson, and he will freeze it right there, and a chance for us, Trip, to get a look at the injuries and scratches.
Well, the two guys that are healthy extras, I thought both had very good preseasons. Brendan Smith on the blue line and Seth Jarvis, the very exciting already young rookie. So we'll keep an eye if and when they draw in, and a chance as well. I think a Hurricane that has a chance to have a future like Brock McGinn. Jamison Reese, injured in the preseason. So thinking about Jamison.
Now the Carolina Hurricanes thinking about throwing the puck into the Nashville zone. And yes, we hoping for a quick recovery for Jamison Reese, who did have an outstanding preseason. And it just speaks to the depth that this Carolina Hurricanes organization has been able to put together. A lot of young players ready to go as the puck is hammered in offside, as Sissons couldn't wait for his team to tag up. And let's get a look at the head coach of the Nashville Predators, Trip.
Former New Jersey Devil head coach. I spent some time with John Hines this morning, and you know, he doesn't love opening at home, you know, for obvious reasons. And against Seattle, he didn't like that they got into penalty trouble in the first period, but then he really liked their team game in the third period against the Kraken. Even though they lost, he hopes they can build on that.
Face-off is won by Nashville and cleared. Tony DeAngelo, who took a big hit earlier in the game, back on the ice and plays this back into the Predator zone. Now the Canes throwing the body around and keeping the puck in as Cole sends it around for Jesper Fast to Niederreiter. Jesper Fast has been outstanding for the Canes in the early start to this season. If you're just joining us, Jesper Fast, second of the year, has put Carolina up 1-0. 11:20 to go here in the first period. D'Angelo looks for a lane. He'll wrist one on, and Saros detects that and will bring up a face-off in the Predator zone.
Anderson was enjoying a strong start. I walked over to the building with him this afternoon, and I didn't realize his father, Ernst, I know he's a carpenter, but he used to be a goaltender. And I said, Freddie, what kind of goalie was he? He says, total throwback, stand up, love the two-pad stack. Ernst Anderson, part of the goaltending union. What a name that is.
Absolutely.
Huge Caniac, Ernst Anderson.
You know, if he's a carpenter, you just have to trust whatever he makes is solid with that name.
That's how Harrison Ford, the huge Caniac, got his start as a carpenter.
Indeed. Now Aho, Natchez Kotkaniemi out for Rod Brindamore's team. Shea keeping it in. Aho with the puck for Pesce. Pesce with a fall-away shot, doesn't get through. And the Preds will send the puck to the neutral zone. Carolina will recover. Now with room to maneuver. Canes trying to work a forecheck. The puck will pop free. Aho comes up with it. Looking for Kotkaniemi. Instead, the puck will pop just loose to Natchez. Predators clear. Quick up for Natchez, who will deflect it in, but the Canes need to make a change. So Natchez goes to the bench, and that leaves Jesperi Kotkaniemi to forecheck by himself. Does a good job as Carolina will keep it in. Slavin at the point. Now it works down low. Lawrence, Martinook shot off the shoulder of Saros. Bear with a keep in. Crazy 8-line out for the Hurricanes. Martinook at the goal line, looking to send it out front. He does. Stepan with a chance, and Saros makes the save. Now from the point, Slavin hammers one that might have hit Martinook's leg on the way through. Lawrence tees one up. That'll go just wide. Bear crashes in from his defensive position. This fourth line is generating chance after chance here on this shift. Now Bear will get to the loose puck. And the Canes trying to escort that to the point, and Lawrence's pass misses everybody. Labar
down in hostile territory at ice level. Her prediction, the fourth line's going to score a goal, and looks like she might be onto something. That was a heck of a shift.
Now Andrei Svechnikov lowers the shoulder, back in for it, crashes into Saros. Can't get it through, no call. We play on. Now Saros swats the puck to the corner. As Svechnikov, you called him the old-fashioned power forward, how he played the other night, Trip. That was a throwback play there. Now the Canes really ratcheting up the pressure here on Nashville. But Forsberg will get to the loose puck. He'll send it across. Snapshot by Grimaldi, can't get through. Nashville will work it around the boards, nobody home. So Saros will come out of his net to play it. 9:05 remaining here in the first period.
Rod Brindamore told me before game one against New York, Andrei Svechnikov has another gear. He certainly does.
Now a chance as a snapshot right on as Anderson makes the save on Forsberg. Now Duchesne trying to get to the puck. D'Angelo with a quick stick to help get it out. Canes look to clear, and they do up to Niederreiter. Niederreiter fights off Yossi. That's Swiss on Swiss. And Carrier will get to the loose puck.
Very close friends, too.
And when you're in between the boards, friendships have a way of being lessened, Trip.
You saw Brock Nelson and Brady Shea Thursday. They're close friends, and you saw what happened.
Now Jacob Slavin, his snapshot's blocked. A punch chance along the boards from Aho doesn't get through. Bear tries to keep in, does for the moment. Now Kotkaniemi with a good quick stick.
Yeah. Brady told me walking to the plane yesterday that he and Brock, after they got involved in a fight after that Aho hit, that they texted each other after the game. No friends when you're opponents.
Now possible 2-on-1. Excellent play there by Slavin to stop that opportunity. And Trennan puts one on Anderson, but we get a whistle behind the play, stopping things with 8 minutes exactly left in the first period. And thanks to Jesper Fast, a 1-0 Hurricanes lead. Sebastian Aho, a resume that he continues to build every shift on the ice. 22 games, 15 goals against Nashville, 8 assists, 23 points. That does include the playoffs, and the Canes are going on the power play. He wants to build that resume up a little more.
After a beautiful Teravainen power play goal to extend the lead Thursday, Tanner Jeannot guilty of roughing in the neutral zone.
So the Canes will benefit from Jeannot's extracurriculars, as their power play on the season is 2 for 5. And it is for the Carolina Hurricanes, a Powerball power play. So the Powerball power play in full effect. See if the Canes can hit the number again. Aho streaking down the wing. He'll center one out in front, trying to find Trocheck, and another penalty coming up to Nashville. So the Canes are going to get a 5-on-3.
It's all about your power play breakout, generating speed up the ice. And Aho, with that speed, legally onsides, draws the hook. Now a huge opportunity with a two-man advantage.
Nashville, 55, minor penalty, hooking.
The hardest part of any power play, any coach will tell you, is the power play breakout. And Aho was able to enter the Nashville zone with a ton of speed. Couldn't match it, so the stick comes up on the hands. In this end, Nashville, Roman Josi had a 5-on-3 goal against Seattle on Thursday. Now Carolina will get their first two-man advantage of the young season.
Yeah, Philip Myers in the box, acquired from Philadelphia for Ryan Ellis, and that is another Powerball power play for the Carolina Hurricanes. And they will have a ton of time on this one to try to get their first 5-on-3 advantage goal of the season. As we're having some discussions, sorting everything out.
There's a clock issue, I believe, and I think this is a good break. It's not a major one, but for the Hurricanes. You know, because you have a two-man advantage. Rod Brindamore works on special teams on a daily basis in practice, as much or more than any coach I've seen in all the years in Carolina, and whether it be the 2 tenures for Paul Maurice, Kirk Muller, Bill Peters. Nobody works on special teams more and more regularly in practice than Rod Brindamore.
Oh, he talks about it every practice when he talks to the press afterwards and the media, how it's the most important part of the game now, the special teams and being able to win it. Now the Canes will have a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 20 seconds right now. As Teravainen has the puck. DeAngelo worked across, back to DeAngelo, to Teravainen. That'll be set up, looking to make the play, and out front was Aho, with Svechnikov out front. Saros gets an arm to it. Now Teravainen to DeAngelo. DeAngelo to Trocheck. Trocheck sends it across for Aho, who swats at it and misses. Good read there by Trocheck. Now Aho will exchange with Teravainen. To the top, Aho to Teravainen. 44 seconds left on the 5-on-3 for the Canes. Teravainen to Aho. Back up top, Teravainen. DeAngelo looking for a lane. Trocheck can't handle the pass, but he'll knock it across to Aho. Teravainen now, top of the rings. Trocheck. Trocheck looking for a seam. Svechnikov back to Trocheck. Across, Teravainen. Aho at the paint, throws it out in front, still loose. And Nashville will clear Saros with a huge save on Aho.
Nashville, an exemplary job of getting sticks and bodies in the shooting lane. I really think you have to do a better job, Mike, of establishing the shot early.
Just 5 seconds left in the two-man advantage for the Canes. As Trocheck drifts in, throws one into the slot. Teravainen shot, takes the stick away from Saros, but he'll make the save. 5-on-4 as the penalty to Jeannot has expired. And now it's still working with it. They're not letting Jeannot out of the box, so the 5-on-3 continued. And now a break chance for the Predators. It's Jeannot out of the box, wrists one right into the glove of Frederik Andersen, and he'll hang on. Reading the play with 14 seconds left in the Canes power play.
Major wardrobe malfunction by the timekeepers. That Jeannot came out of the box later than he should have. Ekholm made a heck of a play denying this backdoor play to Aho. Like I said, I thought the Hurricanes could have established the shot better. But this is where Matthias Ekholm excels, a player that just signed a 4-year deal. And then after it becomes a 5-on-4, Freddie Andersen continues to be very good. That may have been off net on the glove side. The most challenging chance came from Teuvo Teravainen, and it caught the shaft of Juuse Saros' stick.
And knocked the stick out of the hands of the Nashville netminder, but that's a big save. Canes have 13 shots on goal. And now Josi hammers one on Andersen as the Canes still have 8 seconds left of a power play. Shea up to Stahl. Trying to take advantage, but getting ready to come out of the box is Philip Myers. He's out, and the Canes come up empty on the 5-on-3. That's a huge kill for Nashville. Well, the Hurricanes up 1-0 on the scoreboard and 5:25 left here in the first. Now Stahl has a wide open wing looking to pass. That'll hit a skate. Now it's Jesper Fast who keeps it in to Stahl. Stahl tries to center one, looking for Pesce, who is crashing in. The puck will make it all the way back to the Cane zone, and Shea will pick it up. Heads up play by Shea to find Niederreiter. Now Nashville just bats it around. And the Canes will keep it in. Slavin just on the ice for Carolina. He'll get the puck to Lawrence. Lawrence spins to the corner. Martinook takes a heavy hit. Puck still loose. Stepan gets a blade to it. Now Carolina, Slavin sends it across for Bear. Bear back to Slavin. Slavin showing some patience. Good thing on the blue line, working it down low. Forecheck still trying to be worked by the Canes. Slavin can't keep it in. Bear's in a skate race, and he'll beat Granlund and takes a couple of whacks from Granlund. But Carolina will clear. Now the puck into the Nashville zone. And a 1-on-4 attempt there for Stephen Lawrence.
Skating ability from Bear has been good early, a big part of the goal, and they're getting back and boxing out on the back check.
Now Carolina continuing this forecheck. That has been absolutely voracious here early tonight. 4:05 left. The puck will deflect out of play, and with 4:05 left to go here in the first period, Carolina has a 1-0 lead in Nashville.
With Brock Nelson. And I talked to Doug Bennett, the Hurricanes' very fine head trainer, about how he assessed him on the bench. They're actually looking at the hit right here in real time. And then Doug was told by Sebastian, what a job Doug does, that the injury that temporarily dazed him was not his head. And so then Doug has the discretion to decide, do you send Sebastian to the locker room or do you throw him out? I think he killed a penalty very shortly thereafter. Excellent work in being able to work through the process in a spontaneous manner and a very diligent manner by Doug Bennett.
Absolutely, Tripp, and Doug Bennett, one of the best in the business when it comes to taking care of the athletes of the Carolina Hurricanes. Now the Canes looking for a little bit more as Brady Shea will get to a loose puck after Pesce's shot goes wide. Now still loose as Nate just dangles. He'll hammer right on, and Saros will make the save.
Remember Svechnikov in the bench interview said the part of his game he wants to improve this year is holding on to pucks in the offensive zone. Well, that's what Nate just did here. Aho did it earlier. By holding on to the puck at the right time, he improves his shooting angle and makes sure to get it through. Saros, who moves very well laterally, ends up fronting it and holding on to the rebound. But that is a great example of what Svechnikov was talking about when you need to hold on to pucks for an extra second.
Now the Hurricanes will have Vincent Trocheck, Andrei Svechnikov, and Teuvo Teravainen out for this face-off. Trocheck's forecheck hurries a play, and now Shea's shot looking for the deflection from Trocheck. Knocked just wide. Pesce gets a stick to it, but it'll come out. And a 2-on-1 developing for Nashville. Johansson and Duchesne. Johansson rips one on, and Anderson calmly steers that to the corner. Now Pesce trying to stick it away. He does to Svechnikov, who will clear. This might make it the length of the ice. It will. Icing coming up against the Hurricanes.
A rare, ill-advised pinch from Brett Pesce, and Teravainen tries to get back on the 2-on-1, and Freddie Anderson has been so committed here early. His reads have been very good. The indirect to Johansson, and Freddie Anderson, and Teuvo gets on his horse to really get back and make the pass. The passing lane wasn't there. Brady Shea takes it away nicely, and the goaltender handles the shot beautifully on the 2-on-1.
Now the Svechnikov line will have to stay out there after the icing. Got a couple of seconds on their shift so far here tonight, and Johansson will take the draw. Won by Trocheck. Back to the point. Good work by Svechnikov to tie up Forsberg and allow an easy challenge for the Canes, but a penalty coming up. On the play, we got a slash. And it looks like Svechnikov has been caught with the lumber.
Carolina 37, minor penalty for slashing.
Now that's an area for Andre. You know, I want to see improvement this year. We'll get a look at this, but to take to avoid taking any unnecessary penalties. So Nashville will get their second power play chance. Let's see if we see anything. I certainly don't see anything so far. I can tell you this, Andre, for such a charismatic young star, he never gets the benefit of the doubt. I will tell you that much.
He does not. Well, the Canes penalty killers have to help him out. Anderson with a big save on Yossi's shot. And now a loose puck that Josi will go back and get. After step on. Force the Nashville Predators back into their own zone. Right off of the draw. Anderson, Trip, as you like to say, makes attacking saves. He attacked that one and kicked it out. Now Josi to Johansson, but he'll lose the puck. And Carolina, Slavin smartly sends it the length of the ice. A minute 25 left in the penalty to Andrei Svechnikov. And it was a call that Rod Brind'Amour did not agree with. We had the good look of Rod behind the bench about that, and now Johansson goes to a knee, gets a puck to Duchesne. He'll flip one right on, and it'll be an easy save for Anderson in the breadbasket.
I think that changed direction. That went off of Pesce's stick. Duchesne shoots it, goes off Pesce's stick, and another underrated stop. See if it definitely goes off of Brett's stick. Yeah, I think that changes direction. Freddie Anderson, the Great Dane, has been great here in this opening almost 18 minutes.
Oh, it does. It hits the stick of Pesce, and you know, Chip, it's the difference between me and you, 6'3" and 5'10" and 6'4" in the nets. You can cover up a lot of space, and Anderson has been doing that. Canes still have a minute left of penalty time they have to kill off. Cunnin can't handle the pass, and Carolina is able to take more of those seconds off of this Nashville power play. Nashville, by the way, 0 for 1 tonight with a man advantage. They only had one shot on their first try. They've already doubled that here. Now into the Canes zone. Sharp angle shot, and Anderson able to kick that away as Tolvanen was looking for it. Now a tangle up at the Canes blue line, and Carolina is going to see the final 36 seconds of this power play expire as Alexander Carrier is going to be going to the box.
Yeah, he's guilty of a trip, and Jordan Stahl, using his Goliath frame, draws the penalty.
Nashville, number 45, 2-minute minor penalty for tripping.
Offensive zone penalty. The Nashville coach John Hines won't like, and you see Jordan Stahl drawing it. Penalty killing so far this year. First-year coach Tim Gleason handling that department. It's got to build a lot of confidence for Gleason, because the kill, like it was last year, has just continued in stride here in the first almost 4 periods of the year.
In 36 seconds, the Canes will be going back on the man advantage for the third time tonight. Carolina 0 for 2. Nashville now 0 for 2 on the power play as well. We got 4-on-4 hockey, though, for the next 25 seconds as the Preds looking for the equalizer, but a great stick by Niederreiter and the Canes. Jacob Slavin crossing into the Nashville zone. Finds Niederreiter into the corner. Trying to play in 5 seconds. Svechnikov will come out of the penalty box. Ethan Bear with a good stick to keep the puck in on Forsberg. Now a turnover. Niederreiter gets to it, to the backhand. Canes have a power play right now for 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's a power play for the Carolina Hurricanes. Tony DeAngelo works his way in to Svechnikov. Heads up for Svechnikov, finds Aho. 45 seconds left here in the period. And 1 minute left on the power play. Svechnikov to Teravainen, across. Opportunity there for the Canes, and that'll be deflected and go out of play, stopping things. Now Sissons and Svechnikov have some words going on.
When you are able to pull off a seam pass like Svechnikov does right here, that usually means good things are cooking on the power play. Svechnikov had a very similar seam pass on Teuvo Teravainen's eventual one-timer on Thursday. You could see there that puck rolled up on edge. Last minute of play, choppy ice conditions. But Svechnikov provides consistent seam passes that every power play needs to have.
Aho, Svechnikov, Trocheck with Teravainen and DeAngelo. We'll have to do the face-off again after a clean win from Aho. 39.1 seconds remaining here in the first period. 1-0 Canes lead on Jesper Foss, second of the year. Now the puck is cleared high off the glass over Tony DeAngelo, and Frederik Andersen will have to settle it there as DeAngelo is watched by Grimaldi. 25 seconds left in the period. Now it's Aho. Looking to set up something. Leaves it back. D'Angelo to Aho. Now it's Teravainen. He'll wrist one on, and that'll hit Trocheck, who is out front. 10 seconds left in the period. Trocheck with it now. Swats it out front. Overskated by Aho. And now an opportunity with 2 seconds left for Sessions. Teravainen with a great back check. Time expires. Couldn't hear the horn. And that's how the first period comes to a close. The Canes will have a power play for 18 seconds.
Great decision, Anderson, knowing the buzzer was coming to challenge there. Really good read.
Coming up, it's the PNC Bank intermission report. Jesper Fast will talk with Abby Labar. We will have Ethan Bear mic'd up. And your first period highlights coming your way. The Carolina Hurricanes, after 20 minutes in their first road game, well, they were ready to get back to some normal life. And they got some of it with big saves by Freddie Anderson and a big goal by Jesper Fast. It's 1-0 after 20, Carolina.
I am joined by Jesper Fast after the first period as we welcome you into the PNC Bank intermission report. Jesper, you're 2 for 2. What has contributed to your early success?
I don't know. Just been a little lucky, I think, but nice to get off to a good start, so hopefully they keep coming.
Well, we'll take a look at your goal. Can you describe when you decided you were going to shoot it?
Well, I thought I saw Beersey came on the back door, but he gave me some time and space, so I just, why not shoot it?
Might as well, right? Yeah. You recently became a new dad. Yeah. Can you tell us about dad life?
It's amazing. I mean, it's the best feeling ever, the best experience. So I'm super happy. Yeah, it's a great time right now.
All right, go get back to work, Kinley.
Yeah, thank you.
On the other side, we will have Ethan Bear mic'd up, a special edition as we get to know the new Canes players. Stick around on the PNC Bank intermission report for more.
Hurricanes hockey is presented by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Carolina Hurricanes, and brought to you by UNC Rex Healthcare, official healthcare provider of the Hurricanes, and by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
In Nashville, Tennessee, music is being made by the Carolina Hurricanes, who lead after the first period. Ethan Bear, a productive and solid first period and a good opening night. A player who is making his Canes debut, or did make his Canes debut, so we're just now getting to know a little bit more about him. And there's no better way to do that and hear about his personality than from, well, Ethan himself. Here is Mic'd Up.
Hey, oh, I was trying to get talk. I tell you something while I'm talking to me. What's up? That's what you say. No swearing. Me. Fudge. Fudge me. Hello. Nice, nice, nice. You'll be sick of me by the time we're done. No, it's perfect. I love it. Can't talk too much, man. No. So we got a voice. Closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah, Freddie, here. Yeah, Cozy. Heads up. Yeah, over. Yeah, hit me. Thank you. You find me, Nino. I know it. No penalty.
You see a little bit like on that first one?
Yeah.
You're fine though, so I'm just going to play middle between them.
Yeah.
You just turn, go back to the middle, try to pressure him down.
The first one?
Yeah, like turbo?
Yeah. Yeah, like on that one, that first one when he drops it. Yeah. And like he just comes with so much speed.
Yeah.
What do you say? I just keep backing up.
Yeah, that too.
Because I slowed down and that's when he got that extra step on me.
Drop in.
That went off my stick and hit me right there. You on that side? I'm gonna do strong or pound it?
Which side?
You hit it then, eh? I pick for you.
Yeah. I mean, the job is to deny that pass in the middle of the ice.
On when it goes low?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it had.
If you can jump them.
If it's here, it goes down. I'm just going, right?
If you can jump them, if you're right here, you can jump them.
Oh! Are you open?
Wide open.
I had a whole mini breakaway. Wide open.
Seeing yesterday, he doesn't like passes.
Yeah. I'm a shooter.
You're a shooter, baby.
No garbage.
Yes, he came yesterday. That's right. No, that was beautiful.
Well, that is the communication you like to hear between new faces inside the locker room and on the ice. But Ethan Bear, very proud of his heritage, the first player to have his name written in Cree syllabics. Pretty cool to get to know him. More on the other side.
Carolina Hurricanes hockey is brought to you by Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today.
There's a look at Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. The party's been the Carolina Hurricanes here after 20 minutes up 1-0 over the Nashville Predators. And I know you want to say something.
No, that's quite a street.
Absolutely it is. And it was quite a first period. Your assessment of it, Trip?
Freddie Anderson, when he is on his game, he's elite through and through. The way that he challenged, the way that he dealt with redirections, rebound control when necessary. He was the story of the first period for me.
Well, let's get a look at the first period highlights, and it is Jesper Foss' goal that puts Carolina up 1-0, his second of the season.
Well, we're going to take a look at this in telestrator fashion in a second. This was Hurricanes hockey, outnumbering to create speed up the ice, and Bear jumping in, as Jesper Foss told Abby, was, I think, the most important part to allow the shot to become available, and what a beautiful, beautiful tally.
Let's get a look at how this broke down, Trip.
This is a three-zone play. Slavin is just going to headman the puck, and when you have all three players on a line slashing over to create speed, support each other in the neutral zone, you're cooking, and you're cooking in a good way. And now Ethan Bear, as I mentioned, he gets on his horse, and he makes the passing lane a threat, which allows Jesper Foss to step into the shooting lane.
For Jesper Foss, it's his second of the season, and the Canes have a 1-0 lead heading into the second period.
Player that the team can look to help them to keep things rolling here. He was recently named an alternate captain, and guys, when we talked to Rod Brindamore about this, he said Sebastian's always been a leader in that locker room. Everybody knows it, so really it's just a formality putting that letter on his sweater. So pretty special for Aho, guys.
Abby, has he ever earned that? And I don't think for me, it's not a formality, because you're hoping that he is going to embrace even more leadership. Now that he's wearing a letter, which he will at home, he wore the letter on his jersey in Raleigh on Thursday night, especially with some of the other Finns on the team.
Absolutely, and you can see him growing more and more comfortable with the language as the Canes still have a power play. Ethan Bear hammers one right over the top of Saros. Stahl deflects it out front. Now Slavin looking. 2 seconds left on the power play. Slavin hammers one that goes wide. And now coming out of the box, it's Carrier. He'll take the puck, but he'll be fended off by Bear. Great hustle by Ethan Bear to stop that opportunity. How many times do you see that? Now a weird bounce out in front. Freddie Anderson makes the save, and he takes exception to the extra poke. And now Tanner Jeannot trying to get a piece of the Canes goaltender, and Carolina not having any of that.
Again, sharp reactions from Freddie Anderson. Bear had a glorious chance. It just missed the net on UC Saros off of a face-off. Bear gets back, loses the puck as he's trying to tight turn. And Freddie Anderson alert, looking one way, and I mean, he had to turn and locate with his eyes. I mentioned on Thursday night, watching him in practice, how much Freddie Anderson visibly tracks pucks with his eyes, and there's Bear's chance. That was a howitzer. Ethan Bear, very strong performance so far tonight.
Yeah, it looked like Sissons might have just gotten a piece of it as he dove in front, but Ethan Bear has fit in quite well in his first 2 games with the Carolina Hurricanes. He had an assist on the opening night. Now he'd like to keep it rolling. Face-off is in the Kane zone, and Roman Josi has it, looking in the slot. Good stick by Pesce, though, to deflect the pass, and now Teravainen. His blind pass for Svechnikov is deflected around, and it's intercepted by Shea, who will throw it in down low. Svechnikov will try to pick it up, but Roman Josi has it now.
Such a rover. Gets back seamlessly there, Roman Josi.
Now Pesce. Stout play at his blue line. A minute already gone by here in the second period. Trocheck. The puck carrier. Self pass. Teravainen steps it out in front, looking for Svechnikov. And that is somehow stopped and kept out of the net, as Svechnikov was right there on the doorstep, and Teravainen with a beautiful pass.
Rod Brindamore talked about his skill in Hurricanes live table. Teravainen, that was an elite pass from below the goal line.
Nashville trying to get the puck to Granlund too far. Anderson will come out and play. Aho deflects the puck forward for his fellow countryman Teuvo Teravainen. It's Nashville away. Forsberg stopping in the Kane zone. Puck sent down low, and now an open space opportunity. The shot is wristed on. Backhand opportunity by Forsberg. That doesn't get through. Correction, that was Cunnin who got to that one on the backhand.
Freddie's in the zone.
Nashville now out shooting Carolina 16-15. Colton Sish now coming into the Kane zone is Matthias Ekholm. Trying to find Sissons. The Canes, though, will get the puck free. And Ethan Bear has some room to work. Now a cross-ice pass intercepted. Ian Cole with a hit on Trennan, but Trennan will shrug that off. Kotkaniemi, though, taking Cole's place. The puck will be deflected and go over the glass. Stopping play with 17:26 left here in the second.
Now every goaltender aspires to be in the proverbial zone, and Anderson has been so far in this one. Squaring up, quick reaction save, using that big frame. And there's that spectacular pass from Teuvo Teravainen. Both goalies have asserted themselves reading plays from below the goal line. That's an A+ save from Saros.
17 shots on goal for Nashville, 15 for the Canes, but 1-0 on the scoreboard for Carolina. That's the big thing now. Cousins takes the draw for Nashville. The Predators in control, looking to get the puck into the slot. Opportunity, shot right on, and Anderson makes the save, as he has to be sharp. Nashville keeping the puck in. It's Cousins fighting off Bear. Cousins looks for a lane, puts one right on, and Anderson calmly melts that one down. LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets return this Wednesday to Bally Sports Southeast. Don't miss expanded opening night coverage in Charlotte when they take on the Pacers. It starts at 6 Eastern, only on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app. Check local listings. Territory restrictions apply.
Freddie Anderson told me that he remembers Artur Zerbe as a Carolina Hurricane. He made a butterfly save, but then the last one, he actually stayed on his feet like Artur's used to do.
The Canes tried a long pass for Nino Niederreiter. They're going to say icing. Nino doesn't agree with that.
Anderson, I mentioned that we walked over, and I said, Freddie, I'm just getting to know him. I said, are you a guy that doesn't like to be bothered on game day? And he said, no. He said, I've learned, that I have routines, but I don't want to waste mental energy. You have to get the brains and muscle. You got to give it a break. And so he's the type of guy that you can talk to right up until game time.
All right, now his game is doing the talking trip. He has been very good here in his second start for the Carolina Hurricanes after signing a 2-year deal as a free agent, spending the past few seasons up in Toronto. Right now the color red has looked very good on the Canes' new netminder. Duchesne with it through the neutral zone. Tries to get it to Johansson, and he had a nifty pass looking for Forsberg, but a good stick by Jordan Staal. But Forsberg comes up with a puck, trying to walk it into the slot, looking for Johansson. That's intercepted, and Niederreiter relieves the pressure on the valve, and the Canes will send it into the Nashville zone. 16:20 left here in the second period. Now a high flip into the Canes zone, but a little too far. Icing on Nashville.
One other note about Freddie Anderson, when he made that save in the first period against Matthew Barzal, he said he actually, as he was making the save, he said, oh, this is going to be close, if it's over the goal line or not. And he knew the rule that if the video review room in Toronto sees it's a goal, that they'll sound the buzzer during play. And he was actually, he said he was waiting to hear if there was going to be a buzzer. When there wasn't, he thought it was going to be a save, not a goal. Interesting.
Very interesting.
So he was waiting in the crease. Hope I don't hear the buzzer. Hope I don't hear the horn.
Well, he didn't, but video review and the call was right. It was a goal, but the Canes skated out with that 6-3 win on opening night on Thursday over the Islanders. They won't face the Islanders again until April. Next time out, though, for the Canes, they'll be playing Montreal on Thursday night, and you can join us. Now it's Nashville into the Canes zone with speed, looking to pick the corner. That'll go just a little too high as Luke Cunnin making his presence felt here in the second period. That's Teravainen coming away with the puck, trying to thread the needle. That'll be knocked down by Dante Fabro, and Nashville is able to clear. This is going to roll back, and Anderson's going to have to play it, so no icing as both teams go to make a change. Looking at Tony DeAngelo out of his own zone. The Canes will throw the puck into Nashville's end. Able to keep in deep. Now working out in front, right on is Aho! Snuck down the back door, and Saros with his biggest save of the evening. And Sebastian Aho was sprung free.
Heck of a look from Natchez there. Teravainen's pass a few minutes ago, and that from Natchez.
Now Natchez with the puck. He'll throw one right on off of Saros' pads. To the point, Cole's shot deflected over the top of the net. Aho. He's dogging Yossi. Trying to force a turnover. Gets a little help from Natchez. Yossi just throws it away to get away from those two. And now Nashville throws it into the Canes' end. And we'll get a whistle with 14:43 left here in the second.
Yeah, the Aho, Kokaniemi, and Natchez line, I think, is starting to find their groove. Patience from Natchez, waiting for Aho to become available. Then a beautiful pass, and Saros has made a couple of huge saves here, preventing Carolina from extending their lead.
Now Colton Sissons will be out to take the draw against Derek Stepan. I'll have to do it again. Somebody jump in early. No. Have one more go at it. Same two contestants. Stepan, the veteran who was signed this offseason from Arizona, wins the draw again. Back to Pesce. Pesce wrists one right on it. Saros will hang on. Steve Lawrence out in front, providing a little bit of a screen for the Canes, but Saros saw that one.
Yeah, Stepan wins an offensive zone faceoffs. That's one of the many things he'll do. Pesce gets it through with the battle from Lawrence in front, and Saros is equal to the task. I love that you have two righties that can win draws in Stepan and Trocheck, and then the two lefties in Jordan Stahl and Sebastian Aho.
Now Stepan will stay out to take this draw, and he wins it back again to Pesce. This time down the wall goes the defenseman, sending it out in front, looking for Lawrence. And a little too far. Now Lawrence with the puck. He's taking a shove. Lawrence having to spin around. Working for the Nashville Predators to get the puck free. It's Ekholm. Now a big play by Brady Shea at his own blue line. Carolina. Pesce tries to go blue line to blue line for Lawrence. Instead, it'll come the other way. Grimaldi, though, has it taken away neatly by Shea. Then Grimaldi pesters the Canes defenseman. Martinook will have to pick it up. 6 minutes gone by here in the second period. Lawrence knows the Canes, or Stepan knows the Canes need a change, and he'll just gingerly throw this one into the Nashville zone. Now it's Cousins into the Canes end, but he'll lose it. Bear will have it. Chip it into the Nashville end, and it'll be icing as Bear didn't have center ice.
Derek Stepan uses a unique set of gloves because he has very long fingers, and Bob Gorman, longtime equipment manager, told me this morning, because of supply chain issues globally, his gloves are actually manufactured, Bauer they are, in Vietnam, and they just arrived on time right before the game Thursday.
As you mentioned, he's got longer fingers as Forsberg will throw one into the corner, still loose. Now a chop shot that Anderson is able to kick through. Now Forsberg from the point has that blocked by Fost. Loaded attempt goes down low. Duchesne has it. Looking for an outlet. Gets it back out in front where the Canes block another shot. That was Jordan Stahl, or Jesper Fost, and Fost and Stahl into the Nashville zone. Fost with it. He's got some room to work. Niederreiter behind the net for Stahl. Stahl using his big frame. Throws the puck back for Cole. His shot just wide. Niederreiter trying to keep the puck in. Fost with a good seal along the boards. Now Cole with a keep in. Just out of the reach of Fost. D'Angelo charges in from the point. He and Yossi fight for it. Now Fost in there. We get a close-up look at Jesper Fost, the goal scorer. The puck still bouncing around. Carolina looking to keep. Nashville tries to clear, and they do. Barely. They'll be knocked down, kept in by Trocheck. Now the hammered shot that Saros gets a glove to. And that will go out of play. The Carolina Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead, 12:27 left here in the second. Year contract this offseason. Antti Ranta will be his backup as well, coming across from Arizona. Then the Canes went to solidify the defense. Ian Cole, a 1-year deal from Minnesota. He comes in. Tony DeAngelo, quarterbacking the power play from the New York Rangers on a 1-year contract. Canes also traded for Ethan Bear. Warren Fogle out to Edmonton. Ethan Bear to Carolina in that exchange. The Canes also signed Brendan Smith, an outstanding depth defenseman for Carolina. He's yet to make his first appearance. And then, of course, the offer sheet that had everybody talking about Jesperi Kotkaniemi from the Montreal Canadiens that Montreal doesn't match, and he's a Hurricane now. New faces in this place here in Carolina, Trip.
So far, rapid adjustment in a very impressive way, and I know that has really caught the attention in complimentary fashion of head coach Rod Brindamore.
Now it's Vincent Trocheck looking to apply some pressure on the forecheck. He does. Now Forsberg throws it away to Svechnikov, but Svechnikov throws it away in on the backhand, and they'll score! The Preds taking advantage. Ryan Johansson. As Svechnikov throws it away and back the other way. The Predators' big center ties it at 1.
Teachable moment for young Andrei Svechnikov, and Johansson is a guy they simply need more from if Nashville's going to be successful. He makes the play here and then is able to solve Anderson unlike any other shot has been able to do on the backhand. Backhand, any goalie will tell you, much, much more difficult to read. You can see that Svechnikov really telegraphed that pass. Ryan Johansson, Matt Duchene, Philip Forsberg. The financial investment, Nashville needs more from all three guys. There they get it from the former Blue Jacket first-round pick.
Traded a long time ago, it feels like, for Seth Jones, who's now in Chicago. And Nashville has the answer. There's 11:50 to go here in the second period. New hockey game tied at 1. Now Ethan Bear, his shot will be deflected off of Granlund. Canes looking to keep it in. They do. Now a deflection off of the stick of Natchez, and that allows Nashville to come into the zone. Polvinen to Yossi. Yossi's shot deflects off Slavin. Natchez tries to track it down. The Preds will get to it. First goal of the year for Ryan Johansson. The Trip, as you mentioned, a lot being asked of Johansson, Duchene, and Forsberg this year, the top line for John Hines. And that's a line that a few times last year we saw separated. Now Ian Cole throws one out in front. Saros with the save. Second attempt by Stepan, and he's still there. Now Jeannot with a big hit on Martinook, and they're jousting in the corner. Puck still loose, and now Nashville throws it out to the Canes blue line. Feels like a playoff game in here tonight, Trip.
What a battle up and down the ice between Jordan Martinook and Tanner Jeannot. I think Jeannot wanted to go. Martinook decided not to, and then Martinook, heck of a back check, following it up.
They say familiarity breeds contempt. There is a ton of that between these two teams. They have met 17 times this calendar year, and despite new faces for the Canes and the Preds, they're picking up where the playoffs left off. Tanner Jeannot throws it behind the Canes net. Nashville. It's Johansson with the leave. Carrier skating in on Stahl. Big hit there. Now Niederreiter will get to it.
Heck of a back check from Carolina's goal scorer Jesper Fost.
As the physical play has reached 11. here in Nashville. You know the Spinal Tap reference, you get it. Nashville throwing the puck deep into the Canes end. Cousins sealed off for the moment by Shea. Now Stahl using his big frame to gum up the works, and Carolina will clear. Will it make it for icing? It's a skate race, and yes. Dante Fabro gets there first. Puck coming back to the Cane zone.
Well, you love the edge. You love the sandpaper both ways in this game. Cole gets it through. Couple of whacks for Stepan. And then in comes Marduk. Fronts Tanner Jeannot. And that's where I think Jeannot wanted to go, and Marduk said no. Wise decision. And then they battled, tracking back to the Carolina zone.
I mean, no surprise that there's a little animosity between these two teams with what's going on in this year between them.
Oh, it's terrific.
It's one of the things that when you watch hockey, it's that intensity. And both these teams, and Nashville knows how their season ended last year, and the Carolina Hurricanes understand that they want to keep the hammer down. And now it looks like Carolina close to having too many men.
Remember, was Marduk down 2 goals in Game 6 in the second period in this building during a commercial timeout that showed why he wears an A on his jersey, that he addressed the troops, which was a big part of the comeback. He went out the following shift and drew a penalty that led to a power play goal.
Now Teravainen and company on the ice for Carolina. Teravainen tries a backhand pass to get it to Svechnikov, but instead it's Granlund in Nashville with it. Now Granlund takes a peek, takes a big hit from Slavin. He'll get the puck to Borowiecki right on, and Anderson will hang on to that. 8:39 to go here in the second. We're tied at 1 in Nashville.
She leads by example, but as a player was the same way, and everyone looked up to Rod and still loves Rod. Even the Carolina Panthers safety Jeremy Chin, who was sporting a number 17 Cane sweater during his arrival to the Panthers game last week. But here's the cool thing, guys. Rod Brind'Amour autographed that jersey, and now the jersey is up for auction on Jeremy Chin's website. He honors Carolina Legends as a part of a special campaign he does, and then donates all of the funds from that jersey to a charity that is special to the player. So this one being the Carolina Hurricanes Foundation.
And I believe excellent work from Jeremy Chin, that the proceeds will go to cystic fibrosis. And Rod Brind'Amour is so passionate about cystic fibrosis. What he's done in Canada regarding cystic fibrosis is incredible. I remember years ago, we were in Calgary, and he was given an award for the charity that is so personal to his heart. Way to go, Jeremy Chin. Who are they playing tomorrow? Good luck to the Panthers, Chin and company.
Great story. And
oh, they're playing your Vikings.
Yeah.
Go Panthers.
Why did the Vikings beat the Detroit Lions in a terrible fashion lately, Trip?
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Although Eric Heiden, great Caniac, a huge Caniac, probably the most famous Viking of all time. This is just super stuff. And I told Rod about Jeremy Chin's tweet, and he was really moved.
We were there for that. He said that he wasn't aware that it was happening. It had to be pointed out to him, and he really was touched. Great job by Abby Labar to bring us that story as well. Along with Trip Tracy and Abby, I'm Mike Maniscalco on our great Valley crew as the Canes watching Frederik Andersen make a save and kick that one over the glass. Stopping play with 8:13 to go here in a 1-1 game in the second.
You look at this period, you know, Nashville, before Johansson scored on the back end, had a ton of chances, but UC Saros has made, what, 3 or 4 saves? 2 in particular and 1-0. Carolina very easily could have extended the lead. Both goalies have been on their game tonight.
Now the line of Derek Stepan, Stephen Lawrence, Jordan Martinook out on the ice. Matt Duchene, and Lawrence wins the draw. That'll be worked around by Shea. You know, and again, it's funny when you talk about lines and people want to label lines now. There are no first, second, third, and fourth, but right now the top dog for Nashville, Duchene, works his way in and has that neatly taken away by Pesce and Shea.
What a move there to the middle from Duchene.
That is the brilliance that he has that made him a top pick. Now Granlund has it, tries to feather one for Duchesne. Behind the net, sets it out front. Ekholm shot. Anderson with the save. H is looking to clear. Carolina can't. Turned over in their own end. Granlund with the puck. Working it across for Tolvanen. Now it'll be wrapped into the corner. Takes a funky bounce out in front. And Carolina has to have Marty Necas sharp on that one. As Tolvanen was in the vicinity. Now Shea comes up with an errant pass. Kotkaniemi can't hang on to it. The puck's along the boards. Now it'll squirt free. Necas to Aho. Aho sidesteps a big hit from Granlund.
I say Eric Heiden, a big Canadian. I meant Leif Erikson.
Yes.
He's the most famous Viking.
Yes.
My apologies. Huge Caniac. Leif Erikson.
And now a shot that's ripped on by Tolvanen and gloved down by Frederik Andersen. And that will bring us up to some things you know, Trip. True classics never ever go out of style. Tonight's item of the game is the Fanatics Ladies True Classics Off the Boards tee. You can get yours today.
One department Carolina can clean up is managing the puck better in the neutral zone. Of course, that happened to Svechnikov on Nashville's goal and another turnover there. You have to make sure you manage it with a purpose.
Now Yakov Trenin with the opportunity to get a shot that hits a body, and Carolina will clear. 6:40 to go here in the second period. Stahl using his big body. The captain runs one out in front. Still loose. Niederreiter trying to get to his stick, and now Saros jumps on that. And he'll freeze it with 6:29 left in the second.
Nino used his size as a power forward in beating the New York Islanders. Scored in the first game last year in Detroit. Gets off to a good start, scoring and beating Chara to the front of the net. You need your power forwards to play like power forwards. There he just can't win the box out the way that he niftily did in beating Chara to the front of the net.
Nino Niederreiter scored in the season opener last year in Detroit, scored in the season opener this year in Carolina in that 6-3 win over the Islanders. Now Teravainen, Trocheck, and Svechnikov out front with Bear and Slavin to take the draw. Now we'll get the redo, and Trocheck wins it. Bear, he goes to wrist one, that's deflected across where Teravainen will pick it up. Now Bear to Svechnikov. He throws it to Teravainen, now thrown back out. Carolina working it for Svechnikov. Up top, Bear. Back down low, Teravainen. Sending it along the boards. Slavin tried to pinch, but it comes free. And Nashville, Tanner Jeannot throws one into the slot for Trenin. Excellent back check by the Carolina Hurricanes. Andrei Svechnikov to get there.
Not to chase a mistake. Good stuff from Andre moving on after the turnover on the Columbus goal, getting back like he did.
Now, Trocheck and Teravainen throwing body checks as Yossi just throw it into the Canes' end. Now Pesci. 5:35 to go here in the second. Martinuk takes a heavy hit from Borowiecki to get the puck into the Nashville zone. Myers, he's hounded. He'll lose the puck. Great work there by Stepan. Now it's Lawrence. He'll tee it up, and that'll be deflected away. Nashville skating free. Myers, he'll lose the handle. Carolina will pop it out of the zone. Now Myers, the 6'4" defenseman who came in from Philadelphia, he goes for a change, just throws the puck in the Canes' end.
Yeah, Ryan Ellis, who we'll see, the former Pred, in the games against Philadelphia this season. Carolina's fourth line has been close the entire game. Jacob Slavin, who set up Aho's overtime winner in Game 6, set up the tying goal. 4-on-4 offensive zone face-off play to Dougie Hamilton. And I asked him, when did he decide to use that play? And he said a couple of shifts earlier in Game 6 in the third period, he asked another line to do it, and they said no. And so the Aho line was on the ice, and he said, will you do it? And Sebastian said yes. I didn't know that background about that big goal before Aho won it in overtime.
So when somebody asks you to run a play and it's Jacob Slavin, you say yes. Now Ekholm circling the net, tries a stuff chance. Anderson gets a pad to it. Frederik Andersen has been sharp tonight. 23 saves for the Canes netminder. Now Martinuk pushes the puck forward. Lawrence's drive will go just wide. He'll hit a lane, and Stahl with a heavy hit on Carrier forces him to give it up. Now Bear. He looks for some help from Slavin and gets it. Now Slavin, quick up, Foss, 2-on-1 for the Canes. Jesper Foss in, across, Saros with the save, robbing Jordan Stahl. Saros got post to post. Canes still with the pressure in the puck.
Oh, highlight reel central.
Now Slavin's shot pops up high and just to the left of Saros. Stahl tries to get a stick to it. Ekholm bats it out, and the Predators just send it out of the Canes zone in desperation.
Slavin set up the 2-on-1 with a beautiful indirect.
Now the Canes Natchez, but just offsides was Niederreiter. Well, Frederik Andersen makes his biggest save of the game, stopping Ekholm, and then on the other end, it's Jussi Saros robbing the captain, and that's why we're tied at 1.
Both goaltenders have been. And this has been quite a duel through almost 2 periods. The way that he tracks pucks, knows what his job is, focuses on the puck carrier, some quickly developing plays. Recent wraparound, he just made this stop. Wow! And you look at that full spread, and he has been matched serve for serve the other end by Jussi Saros.
We resume play here in Nashville. Colvin winds one that Andersen gets a stick to. Natchez clearing attempt, knocked down by Josi. He goes across, looking for Fabro. Now Josi, we're going to get a whistle and a penalty coming up and a roughing call. We'll see if we'll get 4-on-4 or if the Canes go back to the power play.
Yeah, I think Canes are going on the power play, offensive zone penalty.
Nashville, number 11, minor penalty for roughing.
We talked to Rod Brindamore and Hurricanes Live about power plays. You want them all to be successful, but certain ones you just know you need something. Offensive zone penalty late in the period. This is where it would meet that criteria. Can you get one here?
Michael Markovich with the call. He was the official on the opening night. Raleigh for the Canes and Islanders here tonight. Kendrick Nichols, the other official. That means for the Carolina Hurricanes, it's a Powerball power play. He draws one back by Nashville, and they will send this the length of the ice. That'll take 15 seconds off of the Canes man advantage. That's 0 for 3 tonight with 3 shots. Now to be tracked down by D'Angelo. Behind the net, Svechnikov looking for Teravainen. And that'll be cleared. And now Andersen has to be mindful to play the puck as Grimaldi is coming in on him. Grimaldi with that token pressure that turned into a forecheck, but now Tony D'Angelo has the puck and will drop it back.
Andersen's been cleaner with his puck handling tonight than Thursday.
Trocheck with a clean entry into the Nashville zone. Sends it around for Aho. Aho, Svechnikov, D'Angelo, Teravainen. Canes whipping the puck around. Now back to D'Angelo. Across Svechnikov. D'Angelo, Svechnikov from the dot. That goes just wide. Trocheck with the retrieval. Now Aho bumps it to D'Angelo. D'Angelo's wrister. That hits a skate out in front, and Nashville clears. 45 seconds left in the Luke Cunnin penalty for the Nashville Predators who went for roughing. Now D'Angelo and company entering into the Nashville zone. Stahl has it. Second power play unit out for the Canes. Pesce at the point. We'll get the puck down low. Now working it across for Natchez. Natchez trying to find Stahl. He'll lose the handle, and Nashville will clear. 15 seconds left in the Canes power play.
Mike, sign of a good team is when you win games, when your power play can be the difference, and it's not. And so far, the power play has not been able to get Carolina over the hump in the 2 periods tonight.
Now Natchez trying to split the defense. He's taken off of his skates, and no call given as the Canes power play expires. They're 0 for 4 tonight with a man advantage. Now the puck rolled into the Canes end. Trying to clear through the zone. Natchez whacks at it. Kept in by Josi for Nashville. Canes will get to the loose puck and clear. Now we'll get a whistle stopping play. Minute 11 to go here in the second period, a 1-1 hockey game. Ones are wild.
That's what I remember many things about the 2005-2006 regular season. Rod Brind'Amour, of course, the captain, eventually winning the Stanley Cup. Is there were games where the Hurricanes, they had a great power play that year, but you're like, okay, if you're going to win the game, you need your power play to deliver the goods. But they still found a way to win when it wasn't there. Will tonight be one of those nights?
Now Lawrence takes the draw. Granlund will push it back. As we are coming up on 60 seconds here as Stepan gets the pass, but he was in the Nashville zone, so 60 seconds left. Canes offside.
And when I say that, the 4 power plays, other than the 5-on-3 that I didn't like very much because I didn't think there was enough movement in establishing the shot, the chances have been there. This line on the ice, so far tonight, the 4th line, has had some really good shifts. They've been right on the doorstep.
Now we move under 60 seconds. Brady Shea fans on it, and that gives Duchesne a chance as he was looking for Johansson, but Stepan with a great play to get to it, but then he'll send it the length of the ice. So face off coming back in the Cane zone.
Yeah, Stepan, the veteran that he is, he looked up and he knew that was an avoidable icing. Nashville's going to be able to choose the dot here. So will Stepan take this draw, or will Lawrence? Lawrence, being a lefty, not the righty that Stepan is, will take this right move on his power side.
So Lawrence against Johansson, face off to the left of Anderson, and that is spiked out of the playing surface. So we'll do it again.
Rod could make a change here, will he? I think he will.
And he does.
Yeah, bring out a last minute of the period, bring out the face-off guru in Jordan Staal.
So the Staal line comes out on the ice with Jesper Fast. Canes goal scored tonight, Nino Niederreiter, and one of the best in the business, taking the draw. Staal against Johansson. Jump in, and then Staal gets promptly waved out of the face-off dot. So Nino Niederreiter will take the draw.
I wonder if Rod considering putting out 2 centermen. But Nino comes up with it. That's a big win.
Now can the Canes clear? Yes, they do. Staal pushes it forward. Fast with some speed. Gets to the loose puck. 30 seconds left here in the third. It'll be Duchesne who picks it up off the boards for Forsberg. Forsberg settles down. Pesce, though, sticks it away. Nashville hanging on to it. Fabro works it across. Josi hammers it, and Anderson with the save. Now Josi again. 15 seconds left in the period. Josi circling around. Hanging on. 6 seconds left in the period. Fabro's shot is on. Anderson with a save. Secondary opportunity comes through. And it's going to be saved, but a penalty will be coming up to the Carolina Hurricanes as Anderson has some big saves late here.
Big push like the Islanders had late in the second period on Thursday. And Nashville just about gets their first lead of the night. Anderson holds the fort. A trip in the process. Boy, I'm not sure. Was there a trip there from
Carolina,
Shea?
number 76, minor penalty for tripping.
Or did the Nashville players skate into his stick? I think Brady has a pretty decent argument. Might have been a bit of a swipe. Let's watch here. Yeah, that's the right call. He tries to go stick on puck, he misses. Saros will head to the bench. So this will be a 6-on-4. And if Nashville doesn't do something miraculous, fresh ice with the man advantage to begin the third period for the Predators.
So Johansson will take the draw again as Saros goes to the bench with just 0.7 seconds left here in the second period. Brady Shea in the penalty box. Nashville tonight 0 for 2 with a man advantage. 3 shots on goal.
He's going to try to go back with this. I think he's got to go forward with just 0.7 seconds left, but I think maybe it's deception. I think he's going to try to power it back.
The face-off is won by Sebastian Aho, and that will be the end of the second period. Coming up, it's the PNC Bank intermission report. The second intermission, we'll have Ethan Bear joining Abby Labar. And we have so much overtime between these two teams from the playoffs to get to. It carries over to the regular season. All of those things are coming your way here on the PNC Bank second intermission report. As far as the Hurricanes are concerned, they know that they've got one goal. Can they get a second one? The goaltending's been stout on both ends. It's 1-1 in Nashville. Carolina Hurricanes looking to go to 2-0 on this young season.
Of hockey in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm now joined by defenseman Ethan Bear. Ethan, let's start with that period. A lot of energy, a lot of emotion, but when you have a goaltender who's locked in like Freddie Anderson is right now, how does that help you guys?
Honestly, just keeps us in the game. Gives us the confidence to to calm things down and play our game again. And I think we kind of got away from that. Gave them a lot of chances, and they're coming on us pretty hard. But Freddie really did a good job for us.
So I know you specifically, you like the system here. You said the system fits you. Why is that?
It just takes the thinking out of the game. Where your guys, you know who you have, and as long as everyone does their assignments, it's pretty simple.
Well, we listened to you mic'd up earlier. It seems your communication is good and you're fitting in well. What makes this culture so easy to fit into?
I think everyone just treats each other the way they should be treated. And it's a brotherhood here, and that's what makes it fun, and that's how it should be.
Thanks, Ethan.
Yeah, no problem.
On the other side, we will talk about the 4 overtimes we witnessed in this incredible playoff series. It's only fitting that this game is currently tied right now, so we'll catch you up on all of that, show you some nice moments to relive and more.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed.
As we welcome you back to the PNC Bank Intermission Report, we're all tied up after 40 minutes of hockey, and there is some fuel to the fire of this matchup here tonight, and we saw a little bit of that in the second period. Well, why? Because these two teams, this is their 17th meeting in the last calendar year. 8 games in the regular season, and they went on to play each other in the postseason, but they didn't see each other enough. 4 overtime games in that postseason matchup that these two teams had. 2 went into double overtime. Why don't we just relive some of those moments? What a series it was in the 2021 playoffs. The first round went to 6 games. The Hurricanes ended up taking it and moving on. But guys, a fun matchup between these two. We'll have more on the other side. Stick with us.
PNC Bank, the official bank of the Carolina Hurricanes. And brought to you by UNC Rex Healthcare, official healthcare provider of the Hurricanes. And by Advance Auto Parts. Advance your auto.
A lot of stars have been on those stages on Broadway, just a few feet outside of the Bridgestone Arena. We are tied at 1 year after 40. And all right, Chip Tracy, your takeaway from the second period.
This game's going to be won in the neutral zone. Carolina was sterling in the neutral zone on the Foss goal. They weren't good enough in the neutral zone on the tying goal from Ryan Johansson. Big early kill, shorthanded to set the tone for the third period.
All right, well, let's get a look at the second period highlights for the Carolina Hurricanes and Nashville Predators. And, well, if you're Nashville, you knew that this could be coming. They were knocking on the door, and a turnover gives them the opening.
Yeah, you could see that Andre telegraphed that pass, and Ryan Johansson, who needs to, be a leader. He needs to be a producer. The way that he rotated, turning that stick over, very tough to read a shot on the backhand. Really difficult to see the shot location. That's a big individual effort.
Well, it sets us up, Chip, for your breakdown from the period.
Well, on Foss goal, the entire Jordan Stahl line was great in the neutral zone. Svechnikov would like to have that back. Here in the neutral zone, beautiful indirect pass with speed. You catch Nashville here creating a 2-on-1. And now Jesper Fast, he's thinking pass, and the Nashville defenseman does a great job of leaving his feet to prevent to delay the pass, but it gives Saros a chance to know you can't worry about the shot from a sharp angle, and he catapults from left to right gorgeously.
Well, heading into the third period, what do you take out of that second period if you're Rod Brind'Amour and try to come out with 2 points here tonight?
Exactly what I said about it's not the most glamorous area, but the neutral zone, but it all begins with the kill, the penalty kill that has been very strong so far this young season. Can it set that tone here and then go from there in the third?
It's time for us to ring the bell. You got a Taco Bell take for us?
Yeah, certainly. The two things that I just talked about. I don't know how I could add to it because the penalty killing, you worry about killing this thing on fresh ice, and then you win the area between the two blue lines. Oftentimes, that's where the game is decided.
Well, there'll be a big kill coming up to start the third period in Nashville.
From Bridgestone Arena, we welcome you back to the start of the third period where the Canes and the Preds are all tied up. A big penalty kill opportunity for the Canes. But before we get to the action, we got to update you on something special that happened to Sebastian Aho this week. He was selected as one of the 3 provisional selections from the country of Finland to compete in the 2022 Olympics in Beijing. So guys, this is a really cool opportunity for Aho, who leads Finnish-born players in goals since 2018-2019, and hopefully we'll hear more Olympic news throughout this season from more Canes players.
Abby, that is great stuff. And you got a call from the great Jari Lehtinen. I remember actually when Nashville was playing in an outdoor game in Dallas, and Jari Lehtinen was on the set, the former Dallas Star, and was asked who's his favorite Finnish player, and he said Sebastian Aho. That is supremely high praise. And then to be named one of the 3 originals, good for Sebastian.
I get the feeling there are going to be a lot of people who say Sebastian Aho is their favorite Finnish player, and I get the feeling he'll be joined by a couple of his teammates on that team as Nashville does the Hurricanes a favor and ice the puck here. 1:49 left on the penalty to Brady Shea.
I mean, when you think about all the great Finns, for Jari Lehtinen to say that, the two-way annual Selke candidate that he always was. Because the greatest form of respect you can get is from your peers. You would think Teuvo Teravainen certainly will be on that team that will compete in Beijing.
Well, with the start he's had to the season, clearly he'll be turning some heads as the draw was won by Jordan Staal, but Nashville gains control. I am looking forward to that Olympic competition trip when it's best on best. We'll see how that plays out. And the Canes right now, Jacob Slavin's best, knocks the puck away for Staal. Opportunity, but Stepan overskates the puck. The other way, it's Duchesne. Duchesne will whip it around, set up the power play for Johansson to Josi. Josi, though, pressured on the puck. Excellent work there by the Canes. Derek Stepan, veteran move, and he takes more time off of the Brady Shea penalty.
Stepan, one of the reasons he wanted to come to Carolina is a chance to win. He's hit the ground running so far this year.
Absolutely has. The Carolina Hurricanes continuing to put the pressure on for the kill. Can't clear, though, as Cunnin keeps it in, but then Aho right on cue, deflects it, skate race. Aho shorthanded. He's just going to lose the handle of that, but he'll take some time off of the penalty. Good work there by the Canes Finnish center, who is going to Beijing in the Olympics. Showing that two-way play that Jari Lehtinen would be proud of. Now it's Cousins in for Nashville. Cunnin at the point. Takes a shove. Now Cody Glass was picked up in a trade from Vegas. They throw one right on, and Cunnin's shot is detected by Anderson. Now it's Ian Cole trying to clear. Get some help from Pesce, and does. Zekholm knocks it down, but Nashville has to tag up. Canes are trying to make a change. Tolvanen comes in, backhand, forehand, right in, and Anderson closes the door.
A chance for Carolina to ice the puck shorthanded. They turn it over, but it's not costly because Anderson, again, sparkling save. Ekholm finds Tolvanen. Now, I'm not sure that Freddie Anderson would have thought Tolvanen is always a shoot-first type of guy. Really good stop. And this was Stepan earlier. Continues to make an impact. It seems like shift in, shift out. The excellent habit of his stick on the ice at all times.
Now just 4 seconds left. Josi gets the puck off of the draw, walks to the middle, looks for a lane. His shot is deflected. And the Canes kill off the penalty. Shea comes out of the box. And now looking to clear. The Hurricanes do. Lawrence, though, just over his stick. Now Fabro, he whiffs on it. And the Canes push the puck as far as the Nashville blue line. Carolina's penalty killers outstanding tonight. And now Jeannot throws one out in front that Anderson makes a save. Trennan turns around, his shot goes wide. Now Josi with the keep in. Sissons throws it across where Fabro throws it for Jeannot. Back up top Fabro. His shot doesn't get through. That hits Stepan out in front, stinging the Canes centerman. Now Jeannot will lose the puck, and it's Lawrence. But the Canes need to make a change, and Lawrence will just flip that one high for Saros.
Slavin, his ability, that explosive first step, so powerful. Because of that, he's able to vacate the defensive zone.
Now the Canes will knock it back in. Shane Willis was talking about not only that, his crossover as a defenseman. He takes one crossover, he's from one side of the rink to the other with his skating ability that you are highlighting there as well, Tripp. Now Forsberg. His pass is knocked away. Nate's just trying to win a skate race. The Canes knock it up, and Svechnikov has it. Does he have a lane? Pull shot right on. Saros with a save. Rebound chance, and Saros denies Svechnikov. Now Forsberg has some room. He'll throw it into the Canes' end. Carolina tied at 1 here with the Predators. These two teams, as Carolina's got to tag up, they'll go for a change as Nashville tries to work the puck through the neutral zone. Granlund has it stripped, recovers, but then Aho's there to knock it away. Carrier throws it into the corner. These two teams so familiar with each other. Had a heck of a first-round series as they were Central Division opponents last year in the modified 56-game schedule. Played each other 8 times in the regular season, as we highlighted in the intermission, all the overtime. And now Jordan Martinook trying to make sure that doesn't happen. He's interfered with. Puck stays in the Nashville zone. Carrier throws it out. Cole trying to keep it in, but it pops just outside of the blue line, and now everybody gathering for a conference in front of the Predators bench. We get a closer look at that. Carrier can't handle. 15-15 left to go here in the third. 1-1 hockey game.
Let's see if the Canes can get some pucks behind the Nashville defense to get back to work on the forecheck.
Now Carolina watching Glass play it off the boards in the neutral zone. Trying to gain entry. But Fabro is there. Bear pokes at it. Can't come up with it. Gives an opportunity, and a shot put right on as Anderson makes the save. Roman Josi with another dangerous chance.
That's the bad of the neutral zone. A few minutes ago, we saw the good. Carolina has been very effective with their indirect passes off the boards. Trocheck to Svechnikov for a good chance. Indirect passes off the boards, keeping the puck on the exterior of the rink, is low risk, high reward. We saw Slavin do it. We telestrated that between periods. So we've seen what you want in the neutral zone there, and we've seen what you don't want there on that turnover, leading to the Josi chance in this following faceoff.
And that'll bring the draw to the right. Frederik Andersen. Glass is waved out of the circle, so Cousins will take the draw. And now Derek Stepan pleading his case, and he's waved out. Lawrence will take the draw. It goes back to Borowiecki. His shot deflected by Ian Cole. That goes out of play.
Nice work if you lose the draw. Stepan, who's a winger in that situation, gets out on his point man. He's on his horse. You're on your toes. Knowing in all situations, whether you're a center or a winger, what your responsibilities are if you win a draw and lose a draw.
Now Stepan's able to take the draw. Sends it back, and Pesce, he'll win it clearly. Shea trying to connect with Stepan. Won't make it for icing. Good work by Stepan to keep it in. Pesce wings one across. Shea, slap pass down low for Lawrence Kokaniemi now on this line with Stepan and Lawrence. Nashville coming into the Kane zone with speed. No further, though. It's Carolina. Sees Lawrence send it in deep. And Saros will have to play it behind his net.
Yeah, we're seeing some different looking lines at the moment.
The Canes have Kotkaniemi behind the net. Shot was put on by D'Angelo, and Saros with another save. Now Cole. He steps into Trennan. The officials wearing yellow Predators jerseys in the stands want to call, but they're not going to get one. 13:40 to go here in the third. And now Stepan with a hit, and this one will get called, as it was along the boards, and that's going to bring some pushing and shoving.
Yeah, Trocheck headed to the box for a cross check.
It'll be Trocheck on that hit. And we will sort out all of the penalties that'll be coming up. 13:34 to go here. It's a 1-1 game in Nashville.
On a cross-check last season. More rigid enforcement of cross-checking this year. Players are going to have to adjust. And I think in real time, the criteria for me is going to be if you can finish with your hands, not your stick. It looked like that was the stick. Vincent would like to have that back. Players will adjust.
Well, certainly when something becomes an initiative from the league office, we've seen it before with other crackdowns or tightening up on the rules, and it'll be something, as you mentioned, the players will have to make the change and address. Now the Canes penalty killers have to come up again. Shot right on Anderson with a save, rebound attempt. And a huge hit being thrown on Duchesne in the corner. Puck still loose. Predators will settle it down. Yossi has it to Johansson. Johansson sends it down low. Duchesne can't handle it. Now into the slot. Forsberg, he can't get to it. Duchesne tries to kick to it. He takes down Slavin. They battle for it behind Anderson. It'll come free. Johansson and Stahl. Johansson uses his big frame to keep it in. Now the Canes get a lane, and Ethan Bear smartly sends it the length of the ice.
Building chemistry there between Slavin and Bear. Mikhail Granlund, is he ever a competitor? I'm not used to seeing that type of physicality. Big hit on the power play.
Nashville has brought the physical play here tonight. Now they brought the puck in the zone. Shot right on Anderson with a save. Rebound chance in the slot. Anderson gets the glove on Cunnin. Still loose at the side of the net. Canes try to pop it free. Carrier with the keep in. Now walking the line. Shot right on Anderson. He makes the save. Still loose. Puck is loose in the blue paint. Carolina will clear. How did Anderson get a glove on that? Mercy.
Spectacular desperation save. Rotating from left to right in swooping fashion with his glove.
30 seconds left in the penalty to Vincent Trocheck. Now a puck pops high off the top of the net. Anderson has to be ready for. Canes trying to clear, can't. It's kept in. Glass to the corner. Settling it down. Cousins up top. Carrier. Cousins intercepted. 10 seconds left. Great play by Marty Necas. Situational awareness, knowing that Trocheck's about to come out of the box, and he'll just ice it, and the Canes needed a change. And now Trocheck is out of the box. Carolina's penalty killers 4 for 4. Now Ian Cole with a big hit on Trennan. Now Sissons throws the puck to absolutely no one, and it goes back into the Nashville zone. Saros will have to play it. Now Fost with a forecheck, but Jeannot will get to it. 11:10 to go in the third period. D'Angelo chops at it, and it'll go into the Predators bench. Stopping play.
Let's just admire this spectacular stop. This is athletic. And again, I keep talking about Freddie's eyes. They always lead. Here, he just senses puck's behind him and rotates over like Condor Man. The core flexibility to deny that with the glove. The swoop from left to right.
I don't know if Condor Man is a superhero trip, but you might have just came up with one. Now Jeannot in Nashville with the puck in the Canes end. I know this. U.S. Condors have a huge wingspan. They're envious of Freddie Anderson right now. Carolina and Nashville tied at 1. Of course, we should expect that in this building. Every game in the postseason went to overtime here in Bridgestone. We'll only have 5 minutes of an extra session if we get there. No, it's not a jinx, it's pointing out the facts. Now, Carolina making a change as Bear comes on for D'Angelo. Aho trying to fend it up to Martinuk. Slavin reads the play. He has it. He sends one through the blue paint. Saros has to be ready for it. Teravainen spins it down low for Martinuk. Aho swipes at it. Slavin tries to keep. He comes out.
Martinuk has been successful in the past at times in the short term, bumping up with Teravainen and Aho as we see the different line combinations we have here in this period.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the third period. 1-1 game. Slavin knocks it down with a big mitt. Martinuk sends it in for Aho. Aho pulling up, looking. An exchange with Teravainen. He throws it out in front for Saros. Now Bear with a look. Too many bodies out in front, so Bear to Aho. Now to Teravainen. His wrister deflected into the corner. Can't be chopped out by Forsberg. Bear gets to it. Across for Slavin. Slavin to Teravainen. Martinuk. Slavin shot wide. Aho waves at it. It's loose in the slot, and Nashville is just going to send it wide. Carolina was making a change, so no icing. Svechnikov comes on, and he'll wrap it in. We have had some dazzling saves here as Carolina will knock the puck down, and that will stop play with 8:59 to go here in the third period. The captain, Sebastian Aho, and the Canes, they're used to this kind of game in Nashville. We're tied at 1. The man running the defense for Rod Brind'Amour.
I love calling his games. His defensive pairing in the run in 2009, the playoffs with Joe Corvo, was an excellent pairing. Tim Gleason as a player and now as a coach equals character. Look at what he's done on the kill. 7 for 7, including 2 big kills here in this third period. He has watched so much video, an abundance of it, to prepare for this opportunity.
Rod Brind'Amour has spoken so highly of Tim Gleason, talking about him being able to do the job. Now Andrei Svechnikov trying to step around Carrier. He'll seal him off. Puck comes free. Canes look to keep in. Bodied down by Pesce for the moment. Now it's along the wall. Stays there. Now Canes will get to it. Nate's wrist. He'll throw it right on, and Saros makes the save. Predators net comes off of its pegs, and we'll get a stoppage with 8:27 left here in the third.
Yeah, I talked to Tim Gleason this afternoon, and his approach. He said about the penalty kill. He said, "I want to try, because Ethan Bear and Ian Cole don't play on the power play. I want to try to get them as many minutes as I can killing penalties." Of course, you're going to go with the Slavins, the Pesces, the Brady Sheas, but you want that depth. Brady Shea took a penalty in this game. You want to have numerous guys that you can count on and trust that can kill penalties for you.
And Tim Gleason, outstanding penalty killer in his own right for the Carolina Hurricanes, U.S. Olympian.
I remember the game when he took the puck off the face in Washington when he was trying to make that Olympic team from Alex Ovechkin. Came back with, I think it was a cage, either that or a full eye-tech, and scored a huge tying goal. I mean, that's Tim Gleason's character on display.
Now, the Stahl line is out, and Stahl with a backhand! And Saros might have gotten a skate blade to that, as the Canes captain was an inch away from giving the Canes a 2-1 lead here. That line has had chances tonight. Jesper Fast, the lone goal scorer for Carolina. And coming all the way back in the first period. Now Stahl trying to get it to Ethan Bear. Bear will skate hard to get to it, but now he's caught behind the net. Nashville look to take advantage. As Yossi throws it through, crossed out, tipped out in front as Jeannot was a charging hard, and Anderson had to be ready for that. Jeannot couldn't connect on the target. Opportunity developed there for Nashville. Now you can hear the officials telling him to keep playing, and they do. Now Trennan gets a hit, and Niederreiter got caught up with Sissons. Niederreiter's got to go to the bench because his helmet's off. He does, and that gives Jesper Fast an opportunity to make a play. And he and Jeannot battle in the corner. Puck squirts out. Stepan will have it. He'll throw it out in front, and Saros has it in his equipment. He'll hang on. 7:11 left here in the third.
Well, there have been some very, very good saves from Freddie Anderson on tips. And here's Jeannot, wins this race to the net. I hold my breath anytime I see something on the backhand. There's Jeannot trying to redirect that on the backhand because, of course, that was the only shot that was able to find the back of the net, the backhand Ryan Johansson back in the second period. This fourth line, Jeannot, Trennan, Sissons, the Herd line. These are big physical guys that can skate.
Now the Canes have won the draw. D'Angelo leaves it for Cole. Cole risks one. Saros makes the save, can't corral the rebound, but the Preds will get to it and clear. Now the puck is set up for Grimaldi. Goes cross ice, hammered wide. As Anderson went post to post. Grimaldi setting up Philip Myers. Now it's Aho. Throwing the puck forward. That was Cole, rather. To Kotkaniemi, deflected on, and Saros has to make the save. Kotkaniemi can't handle, and the puck will squirt free.
The good news, Kotkaniemi was covering up for pinching defenseman Tony D'Angelo. The unfortunate part is he didn't have his head quite on the swivel like he wanted to sort it out and prevent that chance.
Now it's Teravainen backing off the D, loses his edge, and will lose the puck to Johansson. Up for Forsberg. Forsberg, watched by Pesce. Forsberg shot right on! And Anderson, he makes the save.
Forsberg scored a goal high to the glove in the preseason game here on Saturday. I talked to Freddie about his release at practice this week. And if he thought his glove positioning was good on that goal, well, it's perfect here. Forsberg has one of the most deceptive, lethal releases in hockey. And some kind of snare from Freddie.
Now that'll bring up a draw to the right of the Hurricanes netminder, who's made 36 saves this evening. And we'll have to do it again. Nashville, 37 shots on goal. The Canes, 30. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard. 6:10 remains here in the third period. Gets set to do the draw all over again.
The only line for Carolina that hasn't been tweaked is the Jordan Staal line with Jesper Fast and Nino Niederreiter that scored the goal in the first.
Now Pesce's flip is settled down. Natchez, Svechnikov, his shot, he scores! Mr. Svechnikov puts the Canes in the lead, 2-1.
The countless reasons he is such a special player, Andrei Svechnikov. He doesn't chase a mistake. He turned the puck over in the neutral zone that led to Nashville's goal. Does he ever amend for it? As Carolina wins a 50-50 battle. The loft from Pesce. Carrier can't play it. What a feed from Natchez, these reconstructed lines. And that is an underrated wrist shot on his natural side in one motion to expose the short side high, beating Saros on the blocker's side. We've seen it on the power play on his natural side, that he can get the puck to the net with as much velocity as quickly as he can. What a goal there, especially after his turnover in the neutral zone in the second period.
His third goal on the season, just 2 games in, comes at the 14-minute mark here of the third period. And now he bats it up to Natchez, the man who set him up for the go-ahead goal right now for Carolina. 2-1. And this game has had a playoff feel, as well it should, with as much as these two teams have played each other. And now, Jacob Slavin, he just grabbed the gap wedge of Trip Tracy and throws that up high for Andrei Svechnikov. You better celebrate when you've got a shot like that and you put your team in the lead late in the third period.
The common denominator on all three goals has been between the two blue lines in the neutral zone. All three forwards, puck support, north-south hockey. That was the good. Svechnikov, this is the bad. Telegraphing that pass as Johansson ties it. And now the aerial from Pesce. The neutral zone won by Natchez and company, and just a special release there from Andrei Svechnikov. What he does with his feet to receive that pass and get it to the net as quickly as he can. There are very few players that can do that in this league.
Now 5:25 to go. Jesper Fast with it for Carolina. The Canes have gone in the lead, now look to extend. Niederreiter with a good play there on Duchesne to keep the puck deep. Excellent hustle there. Now Bear has to turn. Look, good play, and you heard Ethan Bear tell Abby Labar about that in the intermission interview. He knows where everybody's going to be in this system. You don't have to think, you just have to play.
And fellow defenseman Brett Pesce, I like the fact that he aerialed that puck on the go-ahead goal. I think when you do that, it puts defensemen on the other team or forwards back-checking in a position of weakness, and such was the case there.
Now the Canes would try to put Nashville in a little bit deeper of a hole if they can. As Carrier jumps up, Martinook with a great play to bump it to Aho. Aho with speed. He was trying to get down Broadway, but much like the Broadway outside, too congested to get anywhere. And Nashville throws it back in. Now Pesce will take a hit, get it to Martinook, who will just chip it out. You have to imagine short shifts now by the Canes here with 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the third period. A 2-1 lead. Nashville, Carrier. Stretch pass chipped into the Canes end. Cole bumps with Sissons. Now Kotkaniemi stops the puck, looks to make a play. Josi takes it from the Canes' young Finn. Now Josi spins, throws one, and that goes just wide of Anderson's net. Josi showing off that offense that he has.
Kotkaniemi got beat to the middle, but then recovered with a big block.
Now it's Sissons going for a change, just throws the puck to the Canes blue line. Carolina says thank you, they'll take the puck. Lawrence has it, he'll chip it deep, and he'll go for a change. Two players on for Carolina. Svechnikov, the goal scorer here in the third period. He pinches up, but Cousins is able to get to it. Nashville on the attack. Need the puck to do that, they don't have it. Svechnikov has it, sends it back into Predators territory. Now Grimaldi. He'll take his shoulder, but the puck will find its way back to the diminutive forward for the Preds. Anderson with a good stick. The goaltender saw that there could have been numbers there for Nashville, and he plays it to safety, and the Canes will do the same and go for another change. Quick stretch pass, though, puts the puck right onto the blade of Cousins. Seen all the way by Anderson, though, and he'll make that save. His 37th of the evening.
Svechnikov works on that flip that he used defensively there with Jeff Daniels after a lot of practices. When he stays on late after practices, it's always with a purpose.
2:25 to go here in the third period. Ethan Bear trying to keep the puck away from Cunnin, and does, and now the Canes up for Fost. Too far. You got to watch the clock and see if UC Saros will be making his way to the Predators bench. Nino Niederreiter and Ekholm. It's Niederreiter winning the race. Canes making another change, and they'll come up with a puck. Turn around, Aho sends it in deep. Carolina keeping their shifts to about 25 seconds right now here in the final 4 minutes of this period. Teravainen hounding Ekholm. A steal as Martinook gets a stick to it. Teravainen just sends it in deep. 95 seconds remain here in Nashville. 2-1 lead for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now Johansson. He lumbers, gets the puck to Duchesne. Duchesne wraps it in. Forsberg has to stop as Pesce was waiting for him. Aho knocks it away from Forsberg. He'll get the puck. Teravainen. Saros is on the bench. Empty net. Does he have it? Bullseye! Teuvo Teravainen from about 150 feet gives the Canes a 3-1 lead.
Wow, what a goal. What a play from Brett Pesce. Coming down low defensively, puck support from Teuvo Teravainen. And then Phil Mickelson, the huge Caniac that he is, he's got to admire this chip with pinpoint accuracy, with pressure coming all the way down the ice. Teuvo Teravainen has always been grossly underrated with what he brings defensively. Comes way down low there, essentially to centerman. Pesce makes a heck of a play, and with pressure coming, chips her down the ice, and good chance he solidifies this thing.
It's Teravainen's second of the year. I've been waiting on this one for you, Trip. Under Rod Brind'Amour in season openers on the road, or the first road game, the Carolina Hurricanes are 3-0. They're a minute 10 from improving to 4-0 under Rod Brind'Amour in the first game they play on the road, with Rod behind the bench. Now it's Saros goes back to the bench, 60 seconds left. Extra attacker out for the Predators as they have the puck in the Kane zone, but a 3-1 lead for Carolina. Nashville keeping it in. Ekholm tees it up. His shot right on. Hits the post. Rebound. He's right there. And we still have time as Forsberg knocks it home with 44.7 left here in the third period.
The tip on the way in was his stick below the crossbar. I know Jacob Slavin thought so. Now that is a standard review. I didn't see anything there that would... I can't... Slavin had a perfect vantage point. There it looks like it's below the bar, and then he gets to the loose puck and finishes it. Again, even in the last minute, there's nothing here that would be a coach's challenge, and there isn't a coach's challenge because in the last minute it would be league initiated or in overtime. But Slavin certainly thought that stick was high from our vantage point. In the looks we've had, I didn't think so. And now you just have to reset, one-goal game, and try to finish this thing back off. Saros back in the net. Nashville's had really good traffic all night long. You had a high tip, and then Forsberg. Layers of net front. As Ekholm does a fine job getting the puck through. No, there's nothing even approaching a high stick. So I was surprised that Slavin had that reaction. Very nice look from our truck. And now Rod Brind'Amour will try to keep Saros in the net as long as he possibly can.
Well, time for us to let you know our next telecast will be coming up on Thursday night. It starts at 6:30 with Hurricanes Live, and then 7 o'clock, the Hurricanes take on the Montreal Canadiens. Might be some storylines in that game when we get up to Canada, Trip.
Well, Kokoniemi obviously returning to the Montreal Canadiens. He's playing on a different line than he started the game with. He started with Aho, now playing with Stepan. You have two centermen on the ice right now in both Jordan Staal and Sebastian Aho. You want to keep Saros, who's at the hash marks, in the Nashville net as long as you can.
So this important draw at center ice. Staal and Johansson. And it's won by the Canes, and it's pushed forward as Jesper Fast continues his good start to the season, but the puck will squirt free. Saros runs to the bench. 30 seconds left here in the third period. Puck's wrapped around behind the net. Duchesne gets a stick to it. He gets it back. That's Johansson looking for Duchesne. Up top for Yossi. Yossi shot right on Anderson. Calmly hangs on to that one. 17.3 left here in the third.
Yeah, for obvious reasons on the back end, Tim Gleason goes with the two best defensive defensemen, Slavin and Pesce, and Anderson absorbs that shot. Again, I mentioned earlier in the game, you have two righties and two lefties now, so you're covered on both dots. Biggest draw so far is a Hurricane here for Derek Stepan.
Stepan will be taking the draw against Matt Duchesne for right now. To the right of Frederik Andersen. Stepan wins the draw, gets it back to Pesce. Empty net for Nashville. Pesce can't clear. Knocked down, second opportunity. It's waved at, and it's going to go just wide. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And that'll be touched up icing for the Canes, as they were a whisker away from another empty netter from 150 feet.
Stepan wins the draw. And now Nashville will choose the same side because if they go the other side, you have the lefty and Jordan Stahl. Will we see a timeout here? I don't believe so. Quality win on the previous faceoff that you hope will.
Stepan will take the draw again against Duchesne. Duchesne wins it right back. Now it's to Yossi. Quickly, with 3 seconds left. Shot goes wide by Ekholm. 1 second, and that's it. The horn goes, and the Hurricanes have improved to 2-0 on the start of this season with a gritty win here in Nashville. 3-2, Carolina takes the final.
Tough building, a really fun, spirited rivalry. Comes down to goaltending. Freddie Anderson was brilliant. The penalty kill. And the Jack Adams Coach of the Year making some subtle changes in his forward lines that leads to Necas and Svechnikov winning the thing. This game was also won in the neutral zone. All of the goals, really, other than Nashville making a 1-goal game late, that was the common denominator. Tweaking the lines like Rod did, Svechnikov recovering from his mistake on the Nashville goal from Ryan Johansson. Fun hockey team off to a super start that now can enjoy this for a few days before they head to Montreal next Thursday.
Well, Freddie Anderson with 38 saves in this hockey game as the Carolina Hurricanes find a way to win this game 3-2. You know that they're very familiar with each other as the Carolina Hurricanes come up with a big performance to improve to 2-0 on the season. Jasper Fast with the goal, and a huge goal by Andrei Svechnikov and an empty netter by Teuvo Teravainen. Coming up after the break, it's Hurricanes